When I eat vegetables, this is what I go to. If you've been following along for any of the other macronutrient videos, we did the protein, we did the carbs, we did the fat. Now, the final piece of that puzzle is gonna be what we do for vegetables. So you notice in the off-season a lot of times, I don't do a ton of veggies. I really rely on more potatoes and fruit to get most of my fiber. But what happens come contest time when my carbs start coming down and I need to have something to help me digest all of that protein. So we're gonna start building in our vegetables. So let's go through this list here. These are all of my go-tos. Number one, and to me the most important because A, it tastes good, it's easy to prepare, and it's relatively inexpensive, and that's gonna be our asparagus. So I just flip the ends off of those, I put them in the pot with my meat, cook it up, done. Eat it north to south. Very, very simple. Next up, peppers. That's gonna add flavor to our meat. It's gonna give a little bit of spice, a little bit of heat, and there's obviously some fat burning properties in there. So again, don't really get caught up on what kind. I like the red, the green, the yellow, the orange, all work great. You can use jalapeno, whatever you're into, but use those peppers and really spice up your meal plan, because again, that's gonna give it flavor and help keep you on a plan. These next two here, onion. I know a lot of people think, oh my God, there's carbs in there. There's not enough to count. So be really smart. To me, red and yellow onion go really well with beef. They go well with chicken, and they also pair really well. Like, I'm a big fan of doing the red onion with some zucchini. It goes really well with chicken. And I mean, I'm telling you, it's worth the time and energy to cut up a little bit of onion and throw it in your meat. It's gonna make it go down a lot easier. If you're eating 8, 9, 10 ounce, 12 ounce portions of meat, that little bit of vegetable in there is gonna help it be more moist and help it swallow and get it down. So big, big believer in that. All right, so next up, parsley. This is one that I do use year round, and that's mainly for its inflammation property and how it's gonna help bring my inflammation down, but also it just tastes good and it's not any volume to that. So where, like, let's say I was gonna eat this hunk of green beans, that's gonna take up space in my stomach. That parsley, none, almost zero. Again, parsley is gonna add a lot of flavor and taste to our food. And again, very cheap, very inexpensive. You can get a bushel for under $1 and it'll last you 2 weeks. Moving on here, I did touch on the green beans. I like those a lot, only because I grew up eating them as a kid. I'm a big fan of having turkey and green beans together with some hot sauce. It tastes really good. Again, that's gonna help moisten that food up to help us get it down. All right, zucchini. You've seen us do that in the hibachi video. So good. With this red onion, it goes really, really well. Again, I use 50 to 100 grams of zucchini. Again, not a whole lot. I won't put this whole one in there. 100 or 50 grams of that, maybe this much. So again, zucchini, great, great option there. And lastly here, this living lettuce. The reason I say that is it's still got the root connected. Some people call that butter lettuce, depending on where you live, but that's a really great option. I'll take about half of that, I'll shred it up with my hands, and then I'll top it with this Olive Garden dressing. Great thing about this dressing is it's only 30 calories for 2 tablespoons, and honestly, it's very strong. I only use 1 tablespoon. So it goes a long way. It'll cover half of that lettuce. It'll give it some good taste and flavor, make you feel like you're at Olive Garden. Suck that down with a big steak and potato. I'm telling you, it will go so well. So with vegetables, don't get hung up on which one. Go with the ones that digest the best for you. And then also what you want to think about, do ones that tend to be non-gas forming. So if you smell terrible, if you have to fart a lot, you're choosing the wrong source. Just simply switch it out. So like for me, for example, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, do that all day long. Even though I like both of those, they don't optimally digest for me, so I'm not gonna use them. It's gonna make my stomach get blown out and it just feels terrible. So again, these are my go-to vegetables. If there are any vegetables that I left out, post them below in the comments and we can battle back and forth about why you like it and versus why I wouldn't eat that. So again, thanks for following along, guys. Like, share, and subscribe. We're really trying to build this channel, so make sure you share it with your friends. Tell everyone. We're really bringing you great content and we're just gonna keep getting better.